Hey, Thomas from Field Tennis. Today I'm standing a bit closer to the camera because I want to show you a certain perspective. In one of my previous videos I was asking you if you are always hitting the ball up, and I show a few diagrams what players typically think, and that too many times they're hitting the ball too straight or even downwards. And today we're going to take a look at one reason why that might happen, and I want to give you a bit a different perspective. So right now the camera is set up just a bit lower than me, just my eye level, because I want from the camera perspective, so from your perspective, when you're looking at my shot, when I hit the shot, that it kind of seems to you as if you're looking from my perspective. So I have my buddy Peter help me out today again, and he will just feed me the ball and I will hit a few balls so that you can see the trajectory. So I will hit the ball at normal baseline rally trajectory, and you will see at what trajectory is, and then I will show you a different perspective. So now I want to give you a bit different perspective, because one reason why players don't hit the ball up is because from the high up perspective, from your eye perspective, when you are way higher than the contact point and the ball flight, you don't really see it. Even if you hit the ball with a certain trajectory, you don't see that trajectory well. But if you can put yourself at contact point in your mind's eye, and you lower yourself and you try to imagine how does the perspective look like from the contact point. So right now from this height, which is not super low, so this is something like this, is just very comfortable contact point. That's where the camera is set up now. And I'm going to hit a few balls and try to see the difference.
So here's a side-by-side comparison of two different perspectives so that you have a better idea what we're looking at. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the perceived height of the ball above the net. So you can see on the left side, if you're looking at the ball, then it will seem not that high above the net compared to the perspective from below, so from contact point or lower. So while this difference looks quite big here in this side-by-side comparison, I know that these two balls were roughly the same, because I remember picking them from the exchanges that I did, and also the ball flight is roughly similar. The ball lands at the same time in the same spot. So these two shots are basically very, very similar, but in this perspective, as you can see, they're quite different. So my point is that when you're looking from the top down, you will perceive less height above the net, and therefore you will kind of imagine less of a trajectory. But if you put yourself down in your mind's eye at the contact point and you imagine how does the ball flight look from there, then you will see more height above the net. You will perceive more height, and then will give you a better idea of the ball's trajectory that you're aiming at. And in this second comparison, I'm going to run the clips back and forth, so you can just kind of stick with one for a few seconds and see how does the trajectory look like when you're looking at the ball from the top down, and then compare it to the trajectory of the ball when you're looking at it from the bottom up.
So in conclusion, I hope that you were able to see the difference. So my suggestion to you is that you try to imagine how does the trajectory look like your imagined trajectory that you want to hit from the perspective of the contact point, wherever it is. And then you're going to see that it has a really distinct curve. There's a really obvious arc or rainbow, and that it's not so obvious when you're looking from high above to like a contact point here. And even though you might be hitting with a good trajectory you don't see it. So you will only see it in your mind's eye. So if in your mind's eye you're coming down to the contact with the ball and you're hitting the ball up, then it will be pretty obvious to you, and then you will hit many balls in the right trajectory and play much more consistent tennis. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.